Okay, so I've got a true lightning talk, 5 minutes. So we're going to keep this short and sweet. And what I wanted to talk about are some of the improvements that we've made in the Istio community and a new project that we're working on to do Canary deployments with Istio. So first off, the community release. One of the things you'll notice about Istio and the community releases is that the project has actually gotten better about having a regular cadence. You can see from here, after 1.0 and even before 1.0, the gap between 1.0 and 1.1 was quite large, and we've been working very hard to get a regular cadence so you can understand and actually predict when the next versions are coming out. And we're getting actually really good about it. If you haven't seen already, Istio 1.4 went out this month, so highly recommend going and getting that. A couple things, and I'm going to discuss a few things about Istio 1.4. One of the things is the new operator. So this is something that we've been working on to improve the installation and management of the control plane. As part of it, you can install, there's a new Istio control plane resource, and through that, you can install the entire control plane leveraging very simple profiles. You can list out the profiles from the istioctl, and then even from that, you can do updates as well, which is really nice because through that CR, you can go in and you can modify some of the settings, a lot of the settings of the control plane. Perfect example in here, you're turning off telemetry as an example. Again, this is experimental. Try it out, give us some feedback. We're really excited about it. I've been using it now for a couple weeks, and it's been really nice, a great experience. There's also a number of UX improvements that we wanted to go through and make sure you're aware of them because it really does simplify the usage and experience with using Istio. And I'm going to go through each of these. So first off, add to mesh. There was a discussion, I know Sven was just doing the sidecar discussion, and there was a question about adopting, could you have something in the mesh and out of the mesh? Well, that was one of the complaints that we heard, that it was actually difficult to add services into the mesh in an incremental fashion. So add to mesh is now an istioctl command that allows you to go in service by service and add it into the mesh, and it will automatically do the sidecar injection for you. So here's a view of a set of pods that you'll see 1 and 1, there's no sidecar. You do the add to mesh with the service, and it will automatically update the deployment, and it will roll that in with the new sidecar. And you can do that one at a time, and then it's the corresponding remove from mesh as well. So you can remove services from the mesh. This avoids having to turn on the automatic sidecar injector if you don't want to use that. Istio Analyze. This is under the experimental view in Istio. istioctl, and what it does is it allows you to analyze your namespace. It analyzes a live cluster. It'll analyze your YAML files. It'll even do an analyze of the live cluster and the outcome if you try to apply a YAML file. It'll go through and it'll analyze this. Again, this is experimental, but it's something that we're pulling forward from a community to make it easier to work with the clusters and to figure out if something's wrong. Here's an example here where I'm analyzing the live cluster. I put it in verbose mode so you can see all the analyzers. More will be coming in the future. But you can see at the bottom here, it spits out an error that was found that I have a virtual service that's referencing a gateway and the gateway doesn't exist. It hasn't been defined. So there's really nice things in here to help you catch problems early. Istio dashboard. Have anyone used the istioctl dashboard command? Oh, very few. You gotta go do this. This one's fun. So istioctl dashboard is a very simple way of launching all the really nice UI tools, and some of them are new in here if you haven't seen it recently. So if you do the help, you can get the list of dashboards that are available. These are like Kiali, Jaeger, Prometheus, Zipkin, but then there's other ones in here as well with the Envoy admin. So again, istioctl dashboard, Kiali, it'll do all the proxying for you, and then it'll launch the UI in your local browser. This is one of my favorite ones. This is one that has been added recently, and that's the Envoy admin dashboard. You actually specify a service as part of the command, and it will launch the Envoy admin dashboard. And this has just a ton of information and help that makes it easier to debug your Envoy sidecars. Okay, I'm going to speed it along. Describe is another one that's very, very helpful. Describe will go in and tell you information about your pod or your service. In this example, you can do a describe on a service, and it's telling me which ports are defined. It tells me that I have a destination rule that's turned on, and it's telling me my traffic policies are permissive, as well as clients are using disabled. So there's no, it's sending HTTP traffic, and the pods themselves are permissive. Now, going along with that is our new auto mutual TLS client configuration. This is one of my favorites. So if you go in and you modify the Istio configuration map, you can turn on auto mutual TLS. And then in here, if you have it turned on, again, I described that same service. And here you'll notice that it says, and I've also enabled strict security. So in this case, strict security was turned on, but the clients are configured automatically. You can see that in the describe. And if you go and you analyze, do the TLS check, you can see here that the status is auto, the server is strict in this case, and the authentication policy is the default in the namespace, which is turning on the strict policy enforcement. But what's great here is I did not have to define a destination rule. Istio, because of automatic mutual TLS, the clients will automatically send either encrypted or non-encrypted traffic based on the target server. Okay, lastly, a new project that we've introduced in IBM, it's coming out of IBM research, it's called Iterate. You can find the landing page here at iterate.tools. It's basically a tool that will extend and leverage Istio to help you drive Canary deployments. And here's an example of the YAML file. It actually defines the experiment through a YAML file, and through that experiment, you can actually drive rolling out a new version in Istio based on analytics, real analytics that are coming through. And in the experiment, through the YAML, you describe what the metrics are going to be observed, how is it going to be observed, and how you do the transition of the new version as you're rolling it out. It has built-in dashboards as well, so you can actually model and see the variations of the experiment as it's flowing. So go check it out. Lastly, if you haven't downloaded Istio 1.4, please do. If you want to learn more about Iterate, go to this link here, the Iterate tools/docs. And a plug, Lynn and myself have recently wrote a book called Istio Explained. Preview edition is available now, and hopefully the book will be, do you know when it's going to be out? Soon, December-ish. So go check that out as well. It helps you understand a little bit more about Istio and how to adopt it. Thank you very much.